mm, mm, mm. Uh, All right, I think we're live. We're back. We're gonna do a little just coverage of this story here. Um, this is in Lorain County, Ohio. There is a massive manhunt going on for this man that assaulted, I believe it was 2 police officers. I haven't listened to this. They had a mini press conference. We're gonna watch that together. It was, I believe, a pursuit. Let me see here. Residents near Russia Road have been told to shelter in place. Authorities hunt for a 37-year-old James Douglas Meadows, a parole violator who allegedly assaulted 2 officers and fled during a traffic stop with 1 handcuff on his wrist. Oh, snap. Things escalated today when Meadows was spotted, rammed police cars, and ditched his car in a field. Now, with drones, dogs, and aerial surveillance searching the woods, residents are worried or being warned to stay inside, lock your doors, and call 911 if you see him. They believe he's armed and dangerous. So, massive manhunt, Ohio. Let me show you hold on, before I play the video. Let me show you a pic. There's 2 pictures of the guy. This one to me just stuck out like, damn, homeboy, what the hell? What's up with him? Let me show you. Bruh. Oh, what the? So massive manhunt. And by the way, if you guys could help me out with the like button again, because you have to re-like the stream, I appreciate that. No notifications. The good thing about that, though, is we'll have notifications for later. So if something pops off later tonight, chase, standoff, barricade, something, whatever, plane crash, we'll cover it. So this is the guy right here. Let's take a look at the press conference, little mini press conference.
You all right?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Dorothy.
Everybody's got
1 second to readjust
No problem.
Our bubbles.
Figured you had to.
And
Okay.
when are you going to bring the pizza down here?
You caught that, did you?
You guys.
I asked you guys when you were getting food, so.
I like to say good eyes. It's just I'm a fat kid.
Right. Everybody good? Everybody's bubbles adjusted? And
Yeah.
all right.
Good wags. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you. We're starting phase 2 of the operation, which went underway about 10-15 minutes ago, in which we were also joined by U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, South Amherst Police as well, in regards to engaging a perimeter, and we have agents, deputies, and officers in the woods. A perimeter is set up along the entire area. We think we may have a good area to identify the subject in a certain wooded spot. That's why we decided it was safe to go in on foot with the officers, and they're doing that complete sweep at this time. So as soon as we have that listed or looked out, we'll make sure that we get back with you as well. And also joined by the U.S. Marshals Service, and also Major Torres, who's with the Lorain County Sheriff's Office. So therefore, as soon as we have more information, but to give you guys kind of a historical outline of what happened, is just before 8 o'clock today, the U.S. Marshals had a great tip on the location of our subject. This was near a gas station at Russia and Oberlin-Elyria Road in Elyria. And so several law enforcement officers from the Marshals Task Force and Elyria Police Department attempted to take the subject into custody this morning. He operated very dangerously, acted very recklessly, used his motor vehicle, attempt to strike several officers when they were attempting to effect the arrest, and of course then a small pursuit took place from that location to just east of me here now, where the final rest of the vehicle was. But due to the recklessness of the subject, putting U.S. Marshals in danger, and as well as Elyria police officers, we are engaging in that search to continue on right now for him. So, any other questions that we can answer?
Where did the U.S. Marshals find him this morning?
They found him at a gas station near Russia and Oberlin-Elyria Road this morning. So they've been actively looking for him at the request of the Sheffield Village Police Department, because last Saturday Sheffield attempted to get him into custody. He fled from them, still had 1 handcuff, engaged in a fight with those officers, and he also has a prior history of flight as well and evading arrest.
Were those officers in Sheffield injured at all?
No, the officers were not injured, but the search started for them after that, and they engaged the assistance of the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force. And so then they uncovered him this morning at the location that they attempted to take him into custody. It was a well-planned out operation that the marshals attempted to do. They even had a drone in the area. They had a secure perimeter, but the subject acted very dangerously and very recklessly and then attempted to put those deputy marshals' lives in danger, and that's why we're attempting to locate him now.
What's the warrant for?
The warrant was for the assault on the 2 police officers, and he also had a parole violation as well.
Is that what drug-related charges?
I'm not sure at this time what that was for.
What role is U.S. Customs and Border Patrol playing?
Right now, we're just making sure that we get enough boots on the ground to cover the area that we have to in the woods. And so through our local partners, we engage U.S. Border and Customs. We also, the U.S. Marshals, who does this regularly on a basis, of course, the Lorain County Sheriff's Office, and then many of the local agencies that have joined us in attempting to conduct this search.
Roughly how big is the area that you guys have created a perimeter?
Probably about, what, a 3 square mile area, probably?
Yeah.
Yeah, a 3 square mile area that we're looking at.
Is that all wooded, or there's no access to streets or anything like that?
Well, there's streams, a lot of water back there, some walking paths, much of it woods, but the further you get from this area, the thicker it gets. And so therefore we had to make sure that the canines who are involved in the search, their handlers are protective, that they have a buddy with them to make sure that they protect the handler and the dog, and it gets the thicker as you get back there. So it's, it'll take them a little bit to get through all of that.
Do you feel confident that you guys will get him today?
We hope that we would. There's other things that could have happened while we were setting up the perimeter and while waiting for other officers and deputies to come on scene. There could be a chance somebody could have picked him up. I mean, we've seen these things happen in the movies. Same thing could have happened here today. So we're still also uncovering other leads that are outside of the perimeter as well in an attempt to locate him.
That area you're focusing on right now, what drew you to that spot? Is that you've just cleared other areas, or is there heat signatures there?
We picked up some heat signatures near the area and some canine tracks that were taking us back into that area. And so therefore, once these areas were cleared by those teams, now we're focusing on the heavily dense wooded area back there. So everything else has pretty well been cleared up until that point.
Have you received any tips from the public about him being elsewhere?
No, nothing yet. I mean, we've had a lot of calls coming in from the public, which is great. We still want those calls coming in. Somebody looks like this, riding a bike, somebody's doing, and we had stopped somebody. They were actually looking for collecting cans and bottles. That's what they were doing. Unfortunately, came across law enforcement because he fit the description of the person that we were looking for. But we have tips that come in. We don't want anybody to think that any tip is minor. Please call 911 if you see anybody fitting his description.
It's been several hours now. Any updated message to neighbors, if they have errands to run, what should they be doing still?
Yeah, just make sure that they come out to the roadblock area, check with deputies, check with marshals, and we can make sure, just like as we had a car leave before we went on the announcement here, that those residents have to get on with their day, and we'll make sure that we make that happen for them.
Is he considered armed and dangerous?
No one in this operation has seen that he was armed during the course of the day, and we have no other indication that he's armed and dangerous. But again, we don't know what he had in the car with him, and so we have to treat it as he is dangerous.
And no law enforcement has been injured throughout any of this?
No law enforcement has been injured, no.
Is the car in your custody?
The car is in our custody, yes.
Are you doing door-to-door searches?
We've done door-to-door all throughout the perimeter area, also to notify the residents, about the sheltering place when we have done that. But we have cleared all the residents, outbuildings, and everything within the 3-mile perimeter.
Did he strike a police vehicle this morning?
Yes, he did. So in an attempt to escape from the parking lot of the gas station. So drove at U.S. Marshals, drove at Elyria police officers, drove at their vehicles, and that's what caused them to follow him to this location. And he actually drove the vehicle off to the side of the road, so there was no pit maneuvers, nothing else like that were utilized. He actually drove off the road. What we believe is that he saw one of the deputies approaching from the west coming at him on the roadway here, and so therefore he decided to take a shortcut path and try to get to the side of the woods and get out of his car.
Do you know what other charges might be tacked on to the ones he's already facing, potentially?
I'll have to discuss that with the Elyria police chief, but I think that and probably with the U.S. Marshal's office that they'd be looking at attempted assaults or assaults on the officer in an effect to make that arrest and probably escape. But those will be up to those agencies to make that determination.
Can you clarify too, is this technically New Russia Township?
This is New Russia Township,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, right on the border, as you can see, with
Yeah.
South Amherst. So. Okay, anything else? All right, now most of you have Major Torres's contact information, I believe. Did we have? Was it Telemundo?
It's me.
That was okay. I think you wanted an interview
Telemundo!
in Spanish. And so Major.
Okay, so this guy's on the run, on the loose. After a pursuit, they say he assaulted 2 officers. Here's another picture of him. A picture of the man there. All right. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, well, that's it for now. I just want to jump on for a little bit. Thank you guys for following me. Just jump on for a little bit. Just give you guys some of the news so far for today. I'm going to go chill on the second channel in a little bit. But if something pops off, I will be on. And I hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe. Take care. Peace.